But I thought the medication and supplements, like going down from over 500 a month to under 100,
Good grief. It is.
we're a lot healthier. A lot. Today we're going to go over the exact figures.
Hello.
I knew you were going to catch me. Today I did some number crunching, and we're going to talk about the exact figures that we used to spend before carnivore on groceries and on medical, including supplements, versus what we do now that we are on carnivore.
And you've got eating out in there too, like snacks, eating out, and groceries.
Didn't I say food, or did I say groceries?
I don't know.
I said groceries.
Looking down at the list there.
Don't look at the list. It's private.
I'm not going to try to read it.
It's private. I'm left-handed, and I have a scribble scrabble.
Yeah,
I'm not
you do.
very easy to
You do.
read. So it's nice because I
You're
can
writing anyway.
write stuff right in front of him, and he'll never know what I said. It's like my little secret language. So we have two categories. One is food, which includes eating out at restaurants, getting snacks, like specifically going to convenience stores and stuff and grabbing snacks, and groceries at the grocery store. Those are the three categories. So should we get started?
Go for it. You
All
got
right.
the numbers and did the figures.
All right. So this is monthly averages, and I took all
And
of
this all started because people have in other places have been like, oh, is carnivore expensive?
right.
We can't
Don't think I
afford
could ever afford
this.
it.
And they
Yeah.
talk about, I don't know. And so now that we have 8 months history, almost,
Yeah.
it's almost 8 months
Mhm.
now. We have a real idea and some real numbers. And we were real curious.
Yeah.
Actually, what are we spending in comparison to what we spent before? So that's how we got to doing this. And so
That's the
idea,
impetus.
that's
Yes,
the idea. And then
Mhm.
she'd been crunching numbers for taxes. And so all
I was like,
all the
wow, all right,
spreadsheets
we'll
were
run
there.
some
and-
reports.
Yep.
It was really fun. And I also was surprised because I I had some ideas, but I really couldn't tell because what you eat on carnivore is so much more expensive per package,
Right.
but you eat so much less food overall. So you can get a bag of chips or a container of cookies for $1 or $2.
I'm not even really sure. Let's say you get a big bag of Doritos,
Yeah.
and it's I don't even know what
$4.78.
So if you've got that, I don't know how many ounces it is, but it's probably not a pound even, or we'll say
No.
it's a pound.
Pound of chips, yeah.
Yeah.
A few bucks.
So that's
Versus a pound of
ground beef's $4
Mhm.
where we get it, or less.
Or what's our steak is what?
$12 a pound for
$12
fillets.
a pound for fillets. Oh, we have the best butcher in the world. So great. So, drum roll, please. Our monthly food expenditure, which includes groceries, restaurants, and snacks before carnivore. And we counted all of 2022 and the beginning portion of 23 before we started carnivore. So we have a 17-month average, which I thought was a pretty overall good average for our current habits before we started carnivore. So our monthly average before carnivore was $2,443.
And that's for a family of 3 right now at home.
3 people. And then the after, which is the 8 months from June through this part of January, so not quite 8 months, is $1,972. So that is a difference of $471. So
we're saving $471.
$471.
So that's 32. That's almost $3,800 in 8 months we've saved.
Oh, I didn't do that math. That's cool. So the other thing that was interesting when I ran the report, it showed me the breakdown.
To eat healthy.
Yeah, to eat
and clean.
Amazing food. So it showed me the percentage because I had all the different transactions divided by groceries, restaurant, and snacks. So before carnivore, we were spending about 56% of our total food budget on groceries, 33% on restaurants, and 11% on snacks. Those are those little grab and go at the convenience store when you get gas and stuff.
Donuts,
11% of
packs
our
of donuts,
all that
coffee,
stuff.
pop.
So any of our snack runs that we did for the weekend and stuff, I just counted those in groceries because we'd also grab, whatever stuff. If it came from the grocery store, I just counted it as groceries, even though a lot of that was snack
junk,
food.
yeah.
So again, the groceries was 56%, restaurant 33%, snacks 11%. Our new percentages, groceries 83, restaurant 16, and snacks 1%. It's basically just a beef stick or a cup of coffee, only every once in a while.
So it's mostly coffee.
Mhm.
That'd
Just
probably be
yeah,
me,
it is.
or hot tea. Some
Yeah, a
would
little
give
bit of hot tea.
not too
Yeah.
much. But thinking about even the restaurants, I would say that's way down now too, because probably in the
Oh, even from.
last 2 months at
Mhm.
least, I don't know
We
if
haven't
we've
gone
eaten out.
much. So we shifted by 30% basically in our groceries. But we took that out mostly out of restaurants. So the money we spend it on real food, and we're getting a lot more bang for our buck
Yep.
because we're buying it. And when I say groceries, a lot of it's from the butcher. I didn't even do the percentages that we really never went to the butcher
And
before.
it doesn't, in a sense, I mean, it's still food, so what
Right.
does
It
it
doesn't
matter?
matter, but it's
But
just
but
interesting
to
that we're
think
getting
people
it
can't
from the source,
say,
not just big box
and I
store.
know, I mean, we've been tighter the last couple of years in a lot of ways, and definitely things are tighter for people. But to say you can't have a steak, or you can't, we don't have them all the time, of course, but you can't have a ribeye, or you can't have a fillet, and that always used to seem so pricey, because if I did go to the butcher shop, say 6, 7 years ago, I'd be like, ugh, we're gonna get
Such a
how
big
many
hit.
people are coming over?
Mm-hmm.
Those things are like, oh my gosh, like $12 a piece or something in my
Mm-hmm.
mind. But even going, when we do that, I mean, we're $471 a month cheaper.
Cheaper. Mm-hmm.
And so it is cheaper and eat healthier. And there's over 100 pounds less of me now to even fuel.
So
So
crazy.
it's kind of interesting. I mean,
It is interesting. I like seeing the real numbers.
and if we had no steaks and just did ground beef, we'd be
It'd be
cheaper
even
than
cheaper
that
than
and
that.
that. So I
Yeah,
mean, if
we've had a few
people,
weeks where we're like, oh, we'll wait till next week to get
yeah,
steaks, but we still ate well, and it still tasted
yeah, I
great,
mean,
and still feel good. Yeah,
burgers and butter.
burgers are great.
Well, it's like even our butter is, we pay twice what we paid for our other butter
Right,
because
because
we
we
get
get the
grass.
Kerrygold. Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Um. Yeah. It's just thinking salt, seasonings.
Bacon,
Don't
like I
do it.
used to think bacon was so expensive, but bang for your buck, it's
It's
not.
not.
It's really not.
Still a little bit of a treat. I mean, yes and no. Well, it was for a little bit because it did get up to $8 a pound, and now it's down to $4 a
I thought
pound
it was
again.
10 a pound for a while there. No, maybe
No, I
not.
think it was eight. Eight
Me
something
and
below it.
numbers. If we
Yeah,
don't
and
write them down and stare at
well, and
them, they're
carnivore
going.
made me a shopper.
Yes, I don't
But
ever go grocery
but
shopping
it's
anymore.
so easy because we went to Sam's today to grab some bacon. Speaking of, and what was it? Oh, some kielbasa and
I love how you say that
el
word.
kielbasa. Is that how I should say it?
No, I love how
Oh,
you
okay.
say it.
Kielbasa,
Kielbasa.
kielbasa.
Kielbasa. You just like
So,
it's like French. You take all the middle out. You're just like
well, it's like
kielbasa.
some people say crayon, or it's crayons. Krans for crayons. So if we're talking
Are you
my
talking about
hillbilly
crayons?
language, yeah, crayons. So
We used to call them colors. Probably because we got the generic
crayons,
ones. We
yeah.
couldn't afford crayons growing up.
No, I got crayons.
Crayons.
KRANS.
You're
In the 64
adorable.
pack with the
That makes me
sharpener.
feel like carrot salad, the kind that had raisins in it. Crayons sounds like
Ooh.
carrot salad.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
gross.
why. Sorry about
Um,
that. We would never.
but I
Ooh,
had a thought
imagine all
with
the
that.
carbs in that.
Ooh,
Oof, that's rough. Don't
wow,
let your friends eat carrot salad.
that's their business.
I wouldn't let you do it.
Okay, that's okay.
Because I love
I'm
you.
your business.
You are my business. Can I go on to the next data
Go on to
point?
the next data point. I had another thought. If it comes back, I'll bring
Okay,
it up.
please do. You'll interrupt me right on,
I
right on
always
in.
interrupt.
I know.
We do it all the time.
We do it
It's
to
how
each
we
other.
live.
Competitive talking, but nobody wins and everybody wins. Okay, so the other data point is medicine slash supplements. So medications and then all the natural supplements we were
Mhm.
getting and all the stuff that we needed in order to counteract the damage we were doing with the
Seed
groceries and
oils
stuff we were buying, the
and
food we were eating.
sugar, processed food.
So this is, I thought, a pretty dramatic data point.
It really
So
is, isn't it? I
yeah,
hadn't seen this yet.
yeah. So it before carnivore, we were spending an average of $524 a month. And after, well, I mean, now that we're on carnivore, our average is down to $73 a month, which is a savings of $451. So if you add those two together, we are saving $922 a month on average. And I do believe that average is actually, I mean, the average that we're spending is actually getting lower. Because at the beginning of carnivore, we were still buying like
Mm-hmm.
some medications, and that has gotten smaller and smaller.
Yep.
And we were also eating out more, and that's gotten less and less. So
Right.
if I did this again in 6 months, I'm sure that the overall
Be a
average
little
of what we
bit,
spend
yeah.
would be a little bit lower. But I thought the medication and supplements, like going down from over 500 a month to under 100,
Good grief. It is.
we're a lot healthier. A lot. Even with, we've had a few illnesses. You had your kidney stone thing, which I think is over.
I think it's over. I think we
It
passed
lasted
them.
about 32, 33 days of intense back pain.
Mm.
I believe that he had just a major oxalate
I think it just was,
situation
yeah.
that just all kind of got backed up, and
It was coming anyway, and then
it all came to a head.
Yep.
In the
Yep.
kidneys. So
when I dealt with it way better.
and that's a
eating
lot
this
of
way.
what this supplements was,
Oh.
those two
Oh,
things
yeah.
that
Yep.
you've taken for the
Yeah, it was
kidney
called
cop,
Kidney Cop, which is calcium
and
oxalate protector is what that stands for.
which
and
he'll
then,
continue taking that
yep,
just to
and
protect
Chonka
from
Piedra, which is a stone breaker. It's some
some herb from the Amazon or something.
no. Oh, maybe it's Amazon.
Well,
Can't
we
think of the
got it
place.
from
Yeah,
Amazon,
anyway.
but not
Well,
the Amazon.
yeah, no, somewhere in South America.
Oh, South America.
Somewhere, I think it was. Yeah,
anyway. So
or
our
maybe it's
point,
South America. Is Peru South America?
let's not talk geography. I'm pretty sure, but
I'm
let's
pretty bad.
let's not show
I'm pretty bad.
our
I don't
geographical.
I don't have to prove anything.
I don't want to look stupid in front of our fans.
You're not stupid if you don't know. You just don't know,
I feel like
and
I
that's
should
okay.
know because I went to school.
I didn't pay attention. It was stupid.
Went to
School was
in the
stupid.
80s, 90s, early 90s.
They didn't teach us what we should have been
They
taught.
didn't.
Anyway,
So here's what we're saying.
they
This
should have
is
taught us to eat
proof.
carnivore.
Oh, they should have.
They should have said, screw the shit and eat good stuff.
They would have gotten fired for talking like that back then.
They should have, though.
So
Not got fired. They should have talked like that. Well, a couple of the teachers did. Coaches, Ms. Manning.
I did not have anyone who swore.
Oh,
around.
really?
No.
Maybe it was the guys, too.
Uh,
Yeah.
The dudes. Dudes be crazy.
Yeah, like
So
geography, the history teacher, he'd be tired and he'd get a film for us to watch and then ask us to cover for him while he slept in the back of the room. And you can
I would have been
betcha,
mad.
you can betcha. Oh, there was a couple.
I was there.
There was a couple of those. There was a couple of
education.
you that weren't real happy about it, but they still went with it because he was a really nice guy.
Okay, I probably would have been nice to him too.
Yeah, he treated everybody really good.
The moral of this story is that carnivore is actually less expensive for us, like to the tune of over $900 a month.
72, 73, 73, 76 so far.
Saved
$7,376.
What can we do with that money?
See, I can math.
I can't math in my head like that. Not on camera. Not when I'm under so much pressure.
Somebody's going to fact check me.
I hope they do.
I
Hey,
don't care.
if we got our math wrong,
I don't care. It's
put it in the
close.
comments. So give it a whirl. You might be very surprised that you spend less than you did before you went carnivore. Come on, join us. Save some money. Get your health back.